Hi everyone, my name is Leah Bird. For my tutorial today, I will be talking about depth of field and how to capture different depth of field shots. First, we are going to go through the steps of capturing a shallow depth of field shot. The image that I have in the top left is a picture that I took that is an example of a shallow depth of field. The first step in taking a shallow depth of field shot is picking a subject. This is pretty easy. You just have to pick your subject. For me, I picked the pine needles on this tree. The second step is positioning yourself about 3 feet from the subject. For this shot, you want to be very close to your subject, so you can be even closer if you need to. In a shallow depth of field shot, when you are focused on an object 3 feet away, the result is having only the object which are within an inch of the 3 feet to be in focus. Those things that are in front or behind of the 3 feet will be out of focus. As we can see in my picture, some of the pine needles in front, like right here, are out of focus, and also all of the area behind is out of focus. The third step is to zoom into your subject. Zooming is another way to get closer to your subject. Zooming also narrows that area that will be in focus. In my picture, I was at 3 feet from the subject, and I zoomed in, which narrowed the area of focus to just some of the pine needles. The final step is to set your aperture anywhere from f2 to f4. As we talked about in class, aperture is how wide the lens is open. At f2, the lens is very wide, which means less of the picture, as we can see here, is in focus. So that's how you take a shallow depth of field shot. Now let's look at a medium depth of field shots. For medium depth of field shot, the first 2 steps are the same. You pick a subject, position yourself 3 feet away because you still want to be close to your subject for this shot. For the third step though, you can adjust your zoom. As you can see in my 2 pictures, I didn't zoom very much as I did in the first one. That's because more of the area is in focus, as you can see. The fourth step is setting the aperture from f5 to f6.5. The lens is still wide, but it's a little bit smaller, so more of the picture is in focus. Finally, deep depth of field. We're going to take the same steps, but you don't zoom, and your aperture is at f7.1 to f8. Because a larger range of the picture is in focus, you don't need to zoom and you have that larger aperture. As you can see now, there's a big difference between deep and shallow. The important things are your aperture and the distance you are from your subject and your zoom. This ends my tutorial. Thank you for listening.